is take two for me, and take one for you because you didn't see the other one. I know I've uploaded quite a few videos and some of them are sort of repeats. A lot of this is sort of practice. Actually, not sort of, it is. And this video I want to talk about the anniversary of my mother's death. It was 10 years ago she died. One of the things about my mom, this complicated her life, is every time she got sick, it didn't matter what it was wrong with her. Diarrhea, a cold, an earache, stubbed her toe, eyelash fell out. It didn't matter. She wanted antibiotics, and there's a warning to that, because when she really needed it, guess what happened? She became resistant to antibiotics, and her lungs filled up with infection and fluid. She had antibiotic resistant. Well, what happened? She aspirated on food. She had dementia. I think dementia, my sister said. I don't know the diagnosis. She was living with my sister, and she aspirated on food and got bacterial infection in her lungs. And because she had taken antibiotics years and years and years and years, even though I kept warning her, and the doctors would say, you don't need it, but they gave it to her anyway. I don't understand. You stub your toe, you want antibiotics? Literally, that's what she'd ask for. She didn't need it. And if you have a virus, a cold, the flu, it doesn't matter, some kind of virus, shingles, don't ask for antibiotics. If you have strep throat, that's an infection. You need antibiotics. An infection, you need antibiotics for. A virus, you need antivirals. If you get too late to the emergency room or the doctor when you have the flu, there's not a lot they can do. Ooh, look at my acne. I just had an outbreak of shingles. That's what this is right here. Maybe this. I get shingles every once in a while. I took the antiviral for it. Speaking of shingles, that is chickenpox. Sort of reactivated in your system. You can't catch it from anybody else. You certainly can. If you've had chickenpox, get the shingles. I recommend anybody who, they say 50 and older for, I think it's 50 and older for the anti-shingles vaccination. I would just go and ask for it in my 30s, because you can get shingles and it hurts really bad. But anyway, back to my mom. See, I always do that. Rabbit holes. If you find yourself depressed over someone who you really love dying, and you find that you can't function, it is okay to take medicine. I've mentioned this before. Mental health issues are very serious. It doesn't matter how you got them, how you got your if you have mental health issues. It doesn't matter how you got it. It doesn't matter why you have it. Therapy and medication are okay to do. A lot of people will say, you don't need that. Only you and your healthcare specialist can determine what's best for you. If you're diabetic and you need insulin, and your family members say, or your friends, don't take that, and you don't take it, you can die. Your mind can, if your mind and your heart, whatever your mental health makeup is, I'm not sure how to describe that, your inside world, if it is crumbling and you need medication, take it. I'm not saying for every little pain that you have, you need to take opioids, because that's addictive. There are a lot of mental health medications that are addictive. There's a lot that are not. Talk to your healthcare professional and get the help. I talk a lot about getting help because we, in our society, value people who seem to have it all together and can just fly through any problem and pull themselves up by their bootstraps. But if you don't have boots, and I mean, if you really don't have boots, you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. The point being, we'll pull your boots up by your bootstraps. However that works. You can't do something when you don't have the equipment to do it. And it's like anything. If you're a chef, you need a knife to cut your vegetables and your meats and all of that. And you decide to use, I don't know, a shovel, wrong equipment, or your fingers. So it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take medicine. There's so many people in our culture who say it's not okay. I'm not an advocate for every kind of pill out there. I have chronic back pain that's really severe. I literally do not take pain medicines. I take Tylenol or Advil or something like that over the counter, but I don't do it regularly because it's not good for your body. But on the other hand, I have diabetes, I take diabetes medicine. I have high cholesterol, I take high cholesterol medicine. I have anemia, as you can see. I do not take my iron because the side effects of iron are constipation severely. And if you've ever been so constipated that you don't poop for a week, I've been there, it hurts. You're in the emergency room and they're giving you medicine to make you poop because nothing you've taken works. I don't take it. So, bags under my eyes, I'm very pale. Yeah. So, check out the red hair. I really enjoy it. I showed it on my last video. It's growing in dark. Doesn't take long for my hair to grow back. I can always count on that. But anyway, back to depression. I would say, I don't really know the statistics, but there are many people out there who are suffering. You don't have to suffer. Talk about it. Do something about it. Don't hold it in. The more you hold stuff in, you can cause yourself to not feel good. They say there are illnesses that are caused by your body's mental health issues. I don't know how true that is. People die from broken heart syndrome. I don't know. People, if you're so sad you can't function, you need help. Get help. Sadness, for me, that's my... when my mom died, I didn't deal with it well. I cried a lot. I cried for years. I mean, there was like 3 or 4 years there. I cried almost every day. And it was really hard. And we didn't get along very well, my mom and I. And right up near the end, we worked things out. And I'm going to say also, if you're estranged from family and you can fix the problem, fix it. Here's why I say that. Because A, they're family and you can't help who your family is. And B, that weighs on a person. Now, if your family is, your close family members, uncles, dads, cousins, aunts, and they're predators, don't have a relationship with them if you don't want that kind of relationship because they're creepy people. Walk away. That's okay to walk away from that. If your relatives are criminals, robbing banks and killing people and whatever, and you don't want part of that, walk away. That's okay. But if it's squabbling and just difference of opinion and just stuff, life is short. Figure it out, because if you're fighting with your significant other person all the time, stop fighting. Figure it out. Therapy is a great place to go. There are lots of books out there to read. Some of it's just simply listening to what the other person says. They may not be good communicators. You may not be a good communicator. Work it out. Every problem has a way to work itself out, or you can work it out. Sometimes just letting things go. Don't take things so seriously. Don't take yourself and other people so seriously that it's causing you anxiety. So I would say that here's a couple of things to do. Therapy, medication. There is journaling to talk about what's bothering you or what you need to discuss. Friendship, certainly. There's your pastor, your rabbi, priest, neighborhood bartender. I don't know, anyone that you feel safe talking to. Things not to do: abuse, drugs, do risky things like many sexual partners without protection because you are trying to make yourself feel better. Let's see what else. Abusing street drugs. That's not going to help you. Believe me. Chronically buying stuff until you have no money left. Gambling, any kind of addictive behavior to try to make yourself feel better is not the way to go. Exercise is a good thing. Take up a hobby. Invest in your other relationships. If someone you love is gone, invest in your other relationships. Be there for each other. That is a good way to help. Because you are not on this planet by yourself. And I'm going to run out of time here. Again, when I upload this, I may have to make 12 videos before I get it uploaded because my internet is so bad. I may go to the library tomorrow and upload it there, but I just want to leave it here by saying, hang in there. There are hotlines that you can call. Every state's different. You can look those things up online. Eventually, when I get a better computer this year, that's one of my goals, I will be editing these videos a lot more, which I barely edit. I just upload. This is more practice than anything, but there are definitely a lot of resources out there. I talked about housing. It's the same way. Just look up online, talk to your doctor. If you don't have medical insurance, get medical insurance. I know in California there's Medi-Cal, Medicare, I guess just Medi-Cal, and whatever plan that you have. I have family, what is it called? It's besides Social Security. It's not, I'll think of it a different time. But anyway, there are lots and lots and lots of resources. You can go to your library even if you don't want to talk and just read some books. Don't let yourself slip down the darkness. Okay, into the darkness is not a good place to go. Dealing with the feelings that you have is the best way. I am not a feeling-oriented person, but my therapist always says every feeling you have is important. And when you ignore your feelings, they find other ways to pop up. It's like weeds. You can't just pull them up. Just pull on the leaves and they break. You have to get to the root. And yes, I made an analogy. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and live your best life.